that is going to be live on what you should know, my impression of a country. So I'll go video by video on different countries. So I already did Puerto Rico, Punta Cana. So today we're going to do Albania. So what you should know, and before you head on there, I went to the center and I went to the south. So I didn't go up north. So I can only speculate from what I've seen, places that I have been. So if you are completely a stranger to this country, I'm going to try to give you the best tips for you to prepare, to little things that you might expect when you arrive, things that you might might need to know. So, but just keep in mind that you have to do your own research, and you also can make your own decision, and you can also not plan and just go for the unknown, excitement, joy, and figure it out for yourself as you go. You don't want to do too much research, but just little tips as well. So Albanian people are kind of a mix. They have a culture of, I believe, Turkey. They between the Balkans and the folk. It's not Turkey, I believe. It's you have Albania, Montenegro. You have a cross with Italy. The Balkan and the Romans, and some of them are mixed up. So the language, long ago, used to be one single Albanian language, but over the years they had combined between the people who have stayed, kind of like in India, when you stay in a country, the native Hindi spoken remain the same, and there's only a few remaining, like they're 100 years old now. So it's now you have 2 or 3 different language from what I learned, and that there's also some mixed words, and that might not be easy for somebody who's trying to learn or to understand, but there's some key universal words, like in Italy, it's close to Spanish, that sometime will help you to recognize. Oh, I gotta thank you, whoever it is. If you like the video and you want to see more, comment, share, really appreciate. So, trying to get this channel and this playlist to grow some more, so I can reach more people, so we can get more monetization, and hopefully get onto the short film list by the end of the year, before the end of the year. So let's continue. So when I arrived, I started with Tirana, which is in the center. And Tirana, I went to Sok, which is a village about 10-15 miles from Tirana. So Tirana is more adapted for tourists, so it's way bigger. It's like being in a bigger city, which I didn't stay long because I just arrived at the airport, and I took a taxi and I left. And the only other time I went back to Tirana was to take the bus. So I did spend an hour and a half when I waited for the bus to go to Sarande in the south. And then when I came back from Sarande, I stayed a little bit time there. And then when I went back to the airport. So in the center, beside the taxi, and the time I spent in the bus station and near the road in Tirana, I mainly spend most of my time in that village of Sok, which I'm glad I did in a way, because that way I got to experience the real village feel, the real local feel experience that I will not have got if I went to a touristic area. So the first thing that I noticed is that it was like being in an Arabic country, or like being in Italy. There's a lot of hustling and a lot of shouting around. So it's like going to a giant market and they're just calling you out. So when you are at the airport, they go, hey, here. So if you don't pay attention, also your luggage could disappear if you try to answer somebody or try to start sharing too much. They might entangle you into getting something you didn't want to get. A lot of them are going to try to sell you SIM cards. I guess it's a big thing. A lot of things do that. I guess it's another tip that I got from other travel channel is that you come with an unblocked phone, which probably smart to do, and then buy a SIM card in every country you go, and you save hundreds. That just really have to be sure that the phone can take any type of SIM card, and if they are to go SIM card, then it should be good. It should be good to use that for like local calls and like I'm not sure if it's international. It's probably international SIM cards. I don't know how good they are because sometimes some country they might tell you when they work and they don't. It depends on the territory or they don't, or they suck up on the plane faster, so you don't end up getting as many minutes as you thought you would. So maybe better you bring your own plane, your own phone, your own travel Wi-Fi box, all of this stuff. So yeah, so that was the first thing is you arrive, you're tired, it's confusing, you can't even know where the ATM banks are. There's a lot of guards as a lot of those countries when you arrive there's always police people and a lot of security guard for sometimes even in front of the restaurant like so you go there, you go out, and the main taxi company, they do speak English. Keep in mind they're going to charge you 30 or 40 wherever you go. So try to get out of there as soon as possible. So every single place I landed without knowing, because my phone would be dead, because I would not have a Wi-Fi, because I didn't know if they had Uber or Lyft, I'll end up going into a taxi. Sometimes it's better because they get you at a moment where you just spend 20 hours traveling. You get back, you're tired, and you just don't know where you are at the moment. You don't know how things are. You don't know how far the city is. Even if you look in Google Map, it's kind of hard to locate like places. You don't know if there's like maybe a bridge, maybe a highway to cross. So it's hard to make an estimate on just looking at Google Map, even with satellite, to know exactly how roads are. I used to take chances in the past, but that was when I was on my own if I don't have a luggage. And a lot of time, Google Map or even a regular map is not going to tell you that this road has changed and then there's a bridge here and then you can cross there. So you can peek. You can if you make sure that your phone is fully charged and there's a ride share or even hotel at walking distance, or you can grab a bus, do that, so you save you money. If you don't care and you just want to get there fast and you got a lot of luggage, just hop on the taxi. But after that, the village was pretty busy. It was a little area was a little touristic. It seems like they do make a lot of hotels that make their money on the tourist visiting. So even though I wasn't in the main place for tourists, there was still a few hotels there. I saw a giant castle hotel which was just down my street. Was pretty amazing. It looked like a mansion. I saw a few restaurants, I saw a few fancy brasserie, a few fancy pizza place. But you knew right off a bit that it was made for tourists. So places with like ping pong outside, even like mini playground inside. There's lots of plants, they love the plants, they love the terrace there. So every time you go up in a coffee place, you pay 50 cents to $1 and you get the most magnificent view. That's one of the memory I had. You can wake up in the morning, go up or down a hill and have an espresso while staring at the magnificent hills mountain, where you can sometimes spike cows walking their trail with Berger, the leader there. So you will see a morning and night, or sometimes goats or other animals, so sometimes dogs too. You see them going by troops. So in that area, I didn't see many places with pool, but I know there was some. So there's one thing is missing, because when you're there in the summer, it can get pretty hot, and there weren't any public pool or parks with pool or just hotel with pool. So that would have been one thing that would have been really nice to have. So you gotta adapt. Lots of ice cream, lots of cold shower, and just spray yourself with just water all day long, and so you can survive and stay near the front because they don't offer AC around there. So another thing is that they're really big on bakery, and the bakeries are really fresh and homemade and delicious. And so for 30 cents to a quarter, you can get the biggest apple turnover croissant, chocolate croissant. You also have things where they put spinach, feta cheese, or cheese, and eggs, fried egg in the pastry, which costs 50 cents. And actually the size of it's at least that big, so it's not a tiny thing. You get a giant loaf of bread slice that was just made in really large slice. Not talking the regular slice, so really large slice for 70 cents. So those were the really good perks. Pizzas, large pizza would be $4. Ice cream would be 20 cents to 50 cents for just a giant cone. You could buy a cake for $5. I bought a giant chocolate cake for $5 in the bakery, not in the grocery store. So that was I actually get this for my 40th birthday. Yeah. So what the other things you should know? People are really friendly. They smoke a lot of cigarettes. They like to spend a lot of time in the coffee, just like you do in Paris, you sit down, or in Italy. So remember, keep in mind, Albanian like cross with Italy, so they kind of like have the half spirit of Italy spirit too. They in that region there were a lot of agricultors, so there were a lot of builder, agricultor, and farmers. A lot of them survive in just selling eggs, use carpentry. There's a bunch of also shop like mechanic shop. So very big on mechanic also there. And and there's a few grocery store, but they're never really big, so it's just tiny and lots and lots of vegetables. So vegetables are always cheap in this country. Also not too far away, you can immerse yourself, just going on a little trip and go try to climb up some of those hills area and discover some more of the nature, which is really beautiful. You got some area with fountains, little waterfalls in some place, little river flowing. So also when they celebrate a wedding or something, they're really big on noise. So for entire day, they're gonna drive around, just honk and you're gonna have a giant crowd around. So I did see some of that. So hotels are like between 17 to 30. So 17 starting with just a basic room, but they always come with at least a TV, maybe poor Wi-Fi. Sometimes water will not always work, but it will just be a normal sample room. It can be noisy, it depends. So now if you go in between, like me, 23, included 2 breakfast meal, a giant breakfast meal every day, which I have never experienced, never seen. Sitting at the restaurant or sitting outside in the terrace. So basically, it was you were getting 2 ham and cheese sandwich. I was getting an entire loaf of bread with jelly and butter. I was getting eggs, sausage, cheese, and a glass of juice for 2. And that was in the 23 a night. So you can't really beat that. So this was the highlight for me. And if this happened in one place, so I can imagine a place where you pay $10 more, the treatment you get. Another thing is that they used to is almost like your majesty over there. They carry you back, they bring the bag all the way up to a room for you. If you pay extra for anything, then you're definitely going to get the queen treatment for sure. So once I was there, the Uber were really cheap and really easy to get also to go places. Okay, so now you also gotta be careful. There's going to be some people that are gonna be creepy and follow you. So I had some of those too. So just stay clear in the evening. Watch your back. Don't get too friendly with people you don't know. That's it's a golden rule, I guess. And yeah, depends. Your age, who you with, where you hanging out, what you're doing with your life. But just if you came for plain good fun and you're a solo traveler, just a nomad like me, and you just kind of want to explore and see and still have a good time without getting trouble, just stay clear of places that will bring that to you. So also always watch your stuff, always keep your stuff close to you, and bring a personal alarm if you can. Bring the door things, and you can put under the door so your door cannot be pushed in. Get an extra lock if you need to. Do all of those things that can you preserve your well-being, the danger basically. So also so once you get to the south, so it took a 4.5 hour bus through Tirana to south to Sarende, which is another popular spot. It was um, it was uh, it was gorgeous. It was the most beautiful blue water I ever seen. Thing is that half of the people there see that all the time. First you have a staff, and you have the people who are just local, just going from one place to another or see family. And then you have people who have already done it. And then you have some of the few of us that have doing it for the first time. So you can tell when some people are just like something they've seen 100 times, so they don't care. But if you see it for the first time, I'd say it takes about an hour and a half to get out of the town when you finally reach the giant coast with the giant roads that go up and down the mountain. So it's pretty scary because there is no gate. The bus is very large and it goes fast and it's gravel, and you just wonder if you're gonna make it through. And like, what the hell you thinking? How is that bus driver even allowed to drive like this? Like it's really scary. They even stop a few times on the road and allow a merchant to get in the bus to sell you snacks. And then they have somebody who walk up and down to see if you want like stuff in the bus while you're doing the whole thing. So the bus are only like I believe they were $12 for 4.5 hours. So it's about $4, $4 or $5 each. Maybe they went up. So so yeah, it's not only just a trip, but you're getting to see a lot. So when you arrive the last hour or so, you're going to see more and more river, more small canal river that descendant, with like you making the descent to Sarende. And that's when the water is completely blue, ice, clear, just magnificent. So in a lot of spots, you will see people swimming, bring their dogs. So it's a spot, and if you get a car, then after you can go back to and enjoy the water like I did. It's just so great. But the water is freezing cold. So even though it's hot, it's the water doesn't warm up as much. So once you get to Sarende, it's like a whole total new world. It has nothing to do with the village experience that I had. Um, Price don't go up that much. I mean, apart from the hotel, some of the restaurant, but everything else, kind of like the bakery and the food on the go. This is pretty cheap. Now, activity can be a little more, but that's normal. So you get there, it's almost like a kid's giant dream. It's like arriving to a giant fairground. Like a lively party activity attraction place that never goes to sleep. So even though there's only like 2 or 3 nightclubs in the spot, or maybe there's more only cross street, but the main avenue on the beach, I think there's only 1 or 2. Maybe there's more, but since I don't really look for them, I don't know for sure. But yeah, and it's just there's the boat from Corfu to Greece, and other boats that comes in and out, and the people who have the personal boats who sometimes just anchor to a beach for afternoon and then leaves, and then you have all the visitor who comes just for the afternoon. So it never stops. So to have new type of people and new tourists all the time. So you have all nationality. I've seen it all. Um, if you arrive there for the first time and you see to any angle, any rocks, you're gonna be uh, so how do you say this, stepify or stupefy, like how gorgeous it is from just looking at the horizon. It is really wonderful. And at night with the sunset, even better. But there's some negative also. The water on a little beach front where people are swimming, there's a little stone you can jump, a little uh, something where you can stand and jump in. The water is very polluted. So after my experience of going almost 6 days a week in the water, spending 2 or 3 hours or maybe more each day, I started to have buttons all over my face. I thought it was maybe what I was drinking. Maybe I ate too many gyros or something, or ice cream. But no, it turned out that if you look through the rocks, it's like a mini sand beach rocks on the beach. It's filled up with plastic cans, bottle caps, and if you go look closer in the water, there's more and more garbage. There's so much garbage, and the garbage they are small, and they pile up and they fall, and so yeah. If you go outside of the tourist spot and a little more regular building people live at, you're gonna see more garbage there. But so yeah, I think in the long term it's pretty dirty and contaminated. So I guess some people were saying something about it, but nobody seemed to react. Also, the dogs and do go swim there and pee there all the time. So if you want clean water, you're gonna have to swim a little further. So another cool thing is that they have a gigantic pool lane on the side of that beach, which has lane, and they actually teach there, and they have lessons daily, afternoon and night, I guess, when it's less hot. So that is really cool. Another thing that they do often in those countries and also in Greece is that they use the water, the beach, and make it a place to teach catamaran, small boat, and also to teach swimming. And they use that as a swimming pool, a giant swimming pool. So, oh my God, I'm going too slow because I guess I have so much of experience there. So, what else do you need to know? You need to be careful at all time. If you came by yourself, you gotta watch your stuff. So one thing that was annoying for me is that I could not leave stuff in my room because I was in a hostel. So I know as people come and go, I don't know how safe it was there. So I had to have my thing with me constantly, and I also had to watch my stuff constantly, even know when I was swimming. So it's nerve breaking and it's very exhausting after a while because for my entire travel there, my entire time, it's just I could never really enjoy fully or be completely relaxed or let go or just like people just be like, because I always had to be on guard because if you, it only takes a second or two when you have those people who are local who just sit down on the corner and they're just waiting for that second, and it happens more often than you think. So if you have somebody else, that's fine. If you don't, then it's tiring because you just have yourself to watch your own back. So yeah, you gotta be. It'd be better if you come with a significant other, some a friend, or just make sure you have a locker or something. Scooter and cars are a big thing there. The cars are between 30 to 40 a day, and scooters are between 15 to 25. So I got a scooter and I got a car. That was really cool. A scooter in a big city with all the cars and buses and the hills was not easy, but I managed to do it. So that would be something fun. Jet ski, they have one only in that beach. They have some in other areas, and I don't know why it's super pricey. But boat tours at 2025, they everywhere all day. But the things you need to know is that either you reserve in the travel agency in advance, or you email, you go look at the sign and then you email the person, or you show up on the day of when they go. Usually they have like a specific time early in the morning. So they have a sign all night long. They have a pirate ship at night that goes in the water and have music. I did that. I was only $15. In some nights it's only five, so it's pretty cheap. You go. It takes 30 minutes to get started. Then it goes in the middle water and stay there for an hour. People are partying, dancing, drinking, and then you come back. And then you have so much more to do. So people mainly over there. There's lots of people who speak English. They're usually really, really friendly with people. Now, if you get in trouble and if you go wrong area, then just get out of there as soon as you can. Be careful because they're not outside of a friendly zone. There's a lot of creep and a lot of scary people, a lot of predator and sick little people. So you gotta watch out. There's some people who are just living tiny rocks there for their entire life. They don't want to see the new people. They don't want to see people who have more than them, and they just might follow you, try to, cause you harm or something. So just watch out and just smile and just stay, stay humble. Just have a good time. Don't create trouble. Don't get angry. Things like this. Don't do things that you're supposed to do, and you should be fine. So yeah, just so many things. So the suggestion would be to try one or two travel agency for the tickets, for both the big tickets like going to Greece. Otherwise, you can go to their website. That's the easiest way, and enjoy the weekend night where everything's like the pirate ship is always going on Friday, Saturday. So this will be the best time. If you rent a car and go check everything, I think within 5-6 hour drive, you did it all. So that's what I did. You go all around, and you'll get to experience so much more. So also, if you decide you want to stay longer, then try to find places that are posted on Facebook from foreigner, good for tourists, because it's one thing they come as a visitor, but it's another thing you decide to stay. You're not gonna you're making it permanent, so now you're just like everybody else there, and it's not going to be the same fun, the same excitement as just coming one time and getting that, oh wow, it's beautiful, it's great, having so much fun. Because now you're staying long term, you're seeing the bad side of things, and just the real side of like what's happening, what's going on. So a lot of people are struggling over there, and the rent is really 250 or 300, and that's for local. But tourists, if you go to the wrong place, they're going to try to charge you 400 to 500, so you're not going to get that good deal. Some people do get set up by real estate agents, so if you don't get an answer right away or phone call, just let it go. Because I remember trying, persevering on lots of places who always keep redirecting me to one or two specific place, and I ended up knocking at the door by mistake, end up going to a place where I tried to reach for so many times to look at some place, and those people were just a disgrace of humanity, just disgusting. I mean, and to think that there were just one or two big people who were in management of renting places, it was like, wow, is there any other place that I can go to? So to your homework, if you decide to move there for good, just make sure that another foreigner have gone there and have experience and it's okay, then you're going to get a good treatment, not going to be harassed. Because unfortunately that happened. You could land up there. So if not, you could find a friendly place in a okay part of town with a friendly family that that are fair, they're not going to be harassing you, and then you'll be on your way. So anyway, yeah, also if you want to have the best time, you should at least do 1 or 2 nights in the most expensive hotels and have time of your life. I've seen some place I went up the stairs, elevator, where it looks like it was called Monte Carlo, another place hotel where it was like being in a castle, overseeing the entire island, and you will have the breakfast, the unlimited coffee, the spa at Merci. I mean, all of this, the best treatment ever. You'll have everything in your room, a mini fridge, all of this probably for 30 to 40. So it's good to do that. Also, I've seen some Americans sitting in some of those beach hotels where they just lay there under an umbrella, ordering beer that costs 50 cents and just stay all day, just enjoying themselves with a private beach. So a lot of hotels have their own little private beach, which is really cool anyway. So anyway, heading back, but I did had some frightening moments, scary moment over there. I'm not gonna lie. When you're dealing with Martian, for example, when I rented the scooter, it's just the way they do things. Like they like to scare you, they like to like hold on to your passport or charge you more than you're supposed to, or accuse you of doing something like damaging their thing or whatever. So yeah, you just gotta just make sure you just go to 1, 2 spots. Don't try 500. Gasoline is cheap, but they do a lot of them they serve you, so you can't pump the gas yourself. So make sure you know exactly how much you want, so they don't overcharge. A lot of places don't take cards again, so you have to pay cash. Yeah. So then what else can I say? The mini plane from Austria to Albania was very quick but rough. People were like, it was one of the worst airline I ever got. Sorry to say. I remember it because it was just weird, loud, screaming, all this. Um, Apart from that, the bus trip was okay. I saw some people from England, Germany, France, Japan. I mean, there's really a lot of people explore just taking that bus tour. Actually, I found this bus trip from reading some travel blog when from before I even decided to go on a world tour. That was one of the things that I read. I remember not even considering going to Albania back then. So when I was going to Montenegro, so I had read the bus trip from Tirana to Sarande, but also Tirana to Montenegro. So there was two of those that you get to do the Adrian Sea and you get to do the other sea on the other side. So the Baltic Sea, I believe. I forgot how to see, but anyway, so you get to see the different directions. So, yeah, definitely give it a shot, give it a try. Also, the money is Tirana's money, so it's different. You get a loan, so you get a loan. The value as soon as you get there, that's usually the easiest way. All right, so my next video is going to be my what you should know, my impression of Bulgaria. So we're gonna go to Bulgaria next time. All right, everybody, have a good day.